What was that? I don't know.
Attention. Your wristwatch has malfunctioned. This entryway is temporary and will disappear
Get in
in
there.
10
What?
seconds.
Move. We don't know what's down there. Now.
8 seconds. 7 seconds. 6 seconds. 5 seconds. 4 seconds. 3 seconds. 2 seconds. 1 second. If you need assistance in finding your destination, bilingual instructions are posted at the end of each corridor.
What language is that? I don't know. Where the hell are we? I think we're in the city. Maybe some kind of underground base or something.
There's gotta be a way out.
I'm just hoping nobody saw us dropping in.
Operation Steel Fist has been a complete success. All security stations stand down to operational
Right.
function. We have eliminated the terrorists.
Okay. We got them. We wiped them out.
All right! It's a win, man. They got to meet the A-team.
I'm hearing something.
Our projections show that by the year 2025, not only America, but the entire planet will be under the protection and the dominion of this power alliance. The gains have been substantial, both for ourselves and for you, the human power elite. You have given us entree to the resources we need in our ongoing quest for multidimensional expansion. And in return, the per capita income of each of you here tonight has grown, in this year alone, by an average 39%.
The Prophet Muhammad ﷺ informed us that Gog and Magog were actually released into the world in his lifetime. So we've been living in the world of Gog and Magog since that time. But they grow and they escalate their oppression. Every age becoming more corrupted than the last one. Every age having more oppression than the last one, until we reach the present age. How do they do it? Firstly, their indestructible power. You have to look for a people who will eventually control the world and who have an indestructible power, and who bring the Jews back to the Holy Land and make possible the restoration of a state of Israel in the Holy Land. Who are they? That is the easiest question you will ever be asked. It is the White World Order. It is a Europe which used to be Christian and was then mysteriously transformed into an essentially godless people. that when Dajjal was in a day which is like a year, Britain was his headquarters. And when Dajjal moved to a day which is like a month, the United States of America became his headquarters.
In itself, this goes a long way to explaining the things it does around the world. At present, it's conducting a war on terror, or more accurately, a campaign against opposition to US domination. Others prefer to call it the beginnings of the Third World War. The United States has an insatiable appetite for conflict, and since going into Korea in the 1950s, it's been at war with someone or other in some corner of the globe non-stop right up to the present day. This drive is now led by the weapons manufacturers themselves. It is a highly dangerous precedent. I call it war corporatism. It is the door of a new fascism being pushed open. And don't be fooled, not all fascism looks like Adolf Hitler. The reality, as we see from the Iraqi invasion, is that the presidency has been captured by the most powerful elements of this corporatism. And this ghastly molecule aims to turn the world into its very own enslaved global market, and the plan is well underway. The attack by Al-Qaeda on the World Trade Center is just one response to it. Is this a conspiracy? Quite the opposite. It is a high-profile project known as the Project of the New American Century. People like Dick Cheney, Donald Rumsfeld, Richard Pearl are the major players among politicians, right-wing thinkers, militarists and industrialists in the creation of the project. The project is a neoconservative manifesto which includes in its toolbox the unbridled use of war in clearing a path for US interests. The will to attack Iraq came entirely from this visible yet sinister group. September the 11th was merely the pretext. Bush is merely the figurehead. And so, who's next, you wonder? Iran? North Korea? France? Britain? None of us really matter to them.
And finally, when Dajjal is going to be in a day which is like a week, he comes back home to the Holy Land. He comes back home to the Holy Land. Dajjal has already completed his first phase, a day like a year, when Britain was the ruling state in the world and the sterling pound was the international currency. And then Dajjal moved to a day which is like a month, and the United States replaced Britain as the ruling state in the world. And the US dollar became the international currency. And now the United States is about to relinquish power, and Israel is about to replace the United States as the ruling state in the world. And what will be the new money? That was sterling pound. This was US dollar. What will this be? Answer: the US dollar is going to be attacked and it will collapse and bring down all the paper money of the world with it. You won't see paper money after that. Well, then what's going to be money? What's the new money that Israel will use to enslave mankind? The way the United States used the US dollar. Answer: Israel is going to use invisible money, you can't see it. Intangible money, you can't touch it. It'll be electronic money. And the strange thing, the dangerous thing about electronic money is it is controlled by the banking system around the world, and the Jews control the banking system. That's not an uncharitable statement. That's not an invalid statement. That's the truth, that the Jews control the banking system around the world. And if we cannot speak the truth, what else is there to talk about?